Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I hope you are doing spectacular today. Every single one of you guys. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there. Happy Monday. It's a fun day. You know why? Because Bitcoin is going higher. That is on the thumbnail. Bitcoin is breaking new highs, and some altcoins are stalling out. Some of your favorite meme coins, some of your not so favorite meme coins, some of your really top tier altcoins stalling out right now. Why? Because of the game we like to call Bitcoin dominance is going higher. Okay, guys, Bitcoin dominance is going higher because Bitcoin is exploding. And so, a lot of people are wondering, is altcoin season canceled? Well, no, it shouldn't be. History has said that is not how this thing works. But history is also indicating to us that there's some very logical reasons as to why some of these major altcoins. I did a video on Dogecoin that's coming out later today. I'll use that as an example in this stream. But many altcoins out there are hesitating in their value versus Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, many large plays like Doge and SHIB and Kronos, right? A lot of these coins that we talk about a lot on this channel. PEPE is stalling out as well. I mean, stalling out's a weird thing to say because if you look at what these coins like PEPE, SHIB, and Doge have done since like August as an example, they've done tremendously well. But I know a lot of people are like, hey, what the heck? My, Doge is the same price it was at 6 weeks ago, or, PEPE broke a new high. Why isn't it just exploding in the price discovery mode? Well, because Bitcoin dominance is heading higher. So I do have some stories that I want to share with you guys today. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I hope y'all are doing great today. I hope y'all doing great out there. Yep. And let's talk a little bit about crypto. So welcome back. Smash a like on your way in. Shout out to the chat. Rusty Twisted, even though he's throwing a bunch of shade in the chat. John316, Craig in the chat. We've got who else? Mr. Chor Croman and Clear as Beef in the chat today. Welcome, guys. I know we're gonna have a lot more folks hopping in. And to Twisted in the chat, throwing some shade at some of the coins in the Kronos community. I'd say either come out with specific details or don't say anything at all. Like when people come out and they say, I've got some information, but I can't share it. Generally, those people are liars. Because if you had the information, you just share it. There's no legal obligation that I'm sure you have out there for anything. And so just beware of people that do this half information stuff. This half information stuff is useless. I call it FUD. And unless we have real facts and information, not just verbiage with no news behind it, maybe we don't say anything, huh? So there you go. I have my 2 cents. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. Can you take a look at this today for me? Because it's looking nice. It's looking beautiful. We've got Bitcoin sitting at $107,676, which is excellent. Up 4.4% in the last 24 hours. The 2.1 trillion dollar asset that is Bitcoin one day is going to flip gold. If it does, you're talking about almost $1 million Bitcoin at that point. And I think we're going to get there. I've got some evidence that I want to lay out for you guys in this video to talk a little bit about that. I got some great points I want to share with you guys about why Bitcoin could go a lot higher than some people are giving it credit. Okay. I did put out a poll in the chat as well. And I said, can Bitcoin break $200,000 in 2025? Now, 68% of you guys said yes. 32% of you guys say no. I vote yes, personally. It could break it. I don't know if it will. I think it could. I think it makes sense. I think it's possible. To the people that say yes, want to know why. To the people that say no, I'd also like to know why. If you're bearish on something or if you're bullish on something, you should be able to thoroughly explain why. And if you can't, then you're probably not sitting on the best opinion. You should be able to explain it to somebody decently well. Like I'm going to explain to you why I think that Bitcoin can go above $200,000. And I've got tremendous reasons for it. And to the people that are thinking that it's not possible, I'd really like to get a good reason why they think that $200,000 is just out of the question for Bitcoin in 2025. Is it 100% going to happen? No, I didn't say that. Would I bet the farm on it? No, I'm not necessarily saying that at all. Okay, you take profits on the way up in crypto, guys. And that's the same true for Bitcoin, or whether you're in a meme coin on Kronos, like we're talking about in this chat right now, or whether you're in the SWI memes or SWI itself for Solana, right? We take profit on the way up because we know that we're in a bull market. We think that there's about 200 and something days left in this bull market, but protect yourself by taking profit, celebrating a win by putting some money in your bank and paying your debts in the real world. And then you can continue to, as prices, come lower in a bear market. If we have another bear market, which I think we will, you can DCA back in. But always good to be taking profits, my friends. Always good to be taking profits, my friends. What do we have moving today? So, thinking about Solana at $218. It's crazy. It's struggling to break its previous highs. I think that, some people are calling for like $500 in Solana, and I think Black C's been talking about $500. Now, I personally believe it can go a lot higher. I personally believe it can go a lot higher. I'm a very big bull here on crypto. And for many reasons, which I'm going to detail out for you as I do in every single video. There's a lot of evidence to say we've got a lot of bullish times ahead for crypto. If you look at the top gainers today, there's random protocol coming out of nowhere. I haven't really seen this one before. Is all of a sudden, oh, that's so weird that it says that it's ranked number one. It's ranked number one over the last 24 hours, but it's not ranked number one coin. This Virtuals protocol is a 23% mover today, up 104% over the last 7 days. I wonder if this is just like a new coin that recently just launched. I bet you it is. Is this a new coin? Oh, looks like this one's been out for the year. All of a sudden, this coin came out of nowhere. I don't even know what this is. Let's just check it out real quick. Not on Binance, not on Coinbase. What the heck is it? It doesn't even say here. Very strange. Very strange. We could look at the website and do all that. I'm not going to really do that right now, but you've got coins that are going to explode in crypto. I've told you guys that 10Xs are going to be very easy to find in this crypto market as altcoin season heats up. Here you go. Today, you have a coin that in the last 7 days is up 100%. We saw XRP explode, absolutely explode, go from 50 cents to almost $3 the other day. That's a huge market cap coin. So any minute, your coin could just, boom, go up 20%. Whatever it is, if it's a good one and, you've done the research and you're holding it and you have high conviction on it, your coin, when altcoin season really begins, could explode. But the title on this video is altcoin season canceled? The answer, I think, is no. But it is certainly postponed. Why? Because Bitcoin dominance is climbing up. Now, we do have some coins going up. I know a lot of people have been excited about Ondo and the RWA side of things, up 27%. That one's doing well. Highly anticipated that one was going to do well. But over the last 24 hours, you'll notice that Bitcoin is in some of the top gainers. That tells you that Bitcoin is doing tremendous. Bitcoin is outperforming a lot of these altcoins. Stacks is still struggling with the $3 price level. It got very close recently and it came back down, got to the 230s, back up to 251. A lot more people are talking about Stacks. A lot of people are talking about SWI. It could be the next Solana. That's the conversation right now. Probably going to have to keep a close eye on SWI in this bull market. That one's been pretty interesting. We've been doing videos on SWI since it was right at about $1, calling for the $2 resistance. When it broke through $2 resistance, we were saying $5, $10 easily on the table for SWI. I think $10 is still going to happen in this bull market for SWI. Chainlink, I know there's a lot of people excited about Chainlink. That one's still underperforming in this bull market. If you just take a peek at this chart really quick and you zoom out to the Chainlink all-time chart, yeah, it's coming back up, but it's still not at its previous highs. We are not in the part of the crypto market where coins are exploding through their previous highs. And I believe that we're going to have a crazy, wonderful breakout moment for a variety of coins in the crypto space. A variety of coins in this crypto space. So hold on one sec. I got to shut this door. Okay. My baby was crying and I couldn't listen to it. My wife's taking care of it. So, shout out to Mrs. Crypto Kip, the legend. So Today, what do we got for big losers? We do have some losers today. Kaya, which was a big gainer recently. Oh, what do you know? It's a big loser. When you see something producing giant green candles, that's a profit-taking opportunity. When you see it producing giant red candles, that could, if it's a good coin, you have conviction on it, be a great buying opportunity. But Caspa is still down, you know? Some people, like Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, are throwing shade at Caspa. He threw shade at Solana when it was at the bottom. And then he's all of a sudden the Sultan of Sol. So, you know, if you believe in something, you try to filter other people out. But it's also a good reason to be diversified because you never know what coins are going to do well and what coins aren't. You can do your research. You can have high conviction. But diversification is key in this space. And it's something we've always talked about, guys. I can understand if you want to have a big position in a particular play because you are bullish on a particular play for a particular reason. That's, you know, a thing that a lot of people like to do, but it's always good to have diversification. We do have a lot of coins down. Recently, Decentraland is down after having a nice pump. Again, you see things pump, and then there's kind of pullbacks along the way. This is part of kind of the greater narrative going on right now that altcoins are coming down. We had a nice surge for altcoins, and right now those altcoins are getting a little bit of a retracement. So that's what you're seeing, which is why you're looking at maybe perhaps like Dogecoin going, okay, and I talked about this in my video later today, but maybe you're perhaps looking at Dogecoin right now going, look at this. This is weekly candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weekly candles ago. We were at the same price. Dogecoin's stalling out. Well, Bitcoin dominance is coming up. And the same is true with a variety of altcoins out there, a variety of altcoins, including, you know, Ethereum and Solana is really struggling versus Bitcoin right now, though it was outperforming Bitcoin in the beginning of this bull market, getting a little bit of a consolidation. You know, remember what happened to Bitcoin when it was consolidating at these levels right here? We consolidated at these levels for Bitcoin for 245 days. And if you gave up after 200 days, well, then you missed this leg up. And I think the same story is true for altcoins like Solana right now. It's been consolidating for a while. If you just take a peek at the chart, like let's go over to the Solana chart. It's a good example for a major altcoin right now that is stalling out. Like this is a major altcoin, and it is. These are the daily candles. Let's go to the weekly candles. Yeah, it had a nice little boost, but it's actually right back to the prices that it was back in March. And so you can essentially call this, you know, in consolidation to the side for 287 days. You didn't give up on Bitcoin probably, and maybe you did, and it exploded. Are you going to give up on a coin like Solana? Are you going to give up on a coin like Cardano or HBAR or whatever? Well, those have exploded a little bit lately. Those could have pullbacks. I said, you know, at one point, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Cardano come back below $1. I wouldn't be, frankly, surprised to see it dip back down to the 79-cent level, maybe 80 cents. That's possible because we are kind of seeing this boop, 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 boop range. I don't know if we're going to come all the way back down to the 37-cent level for Cardano. That would be brutal. We are seeing the altcoin index come down. Maybe we do have a crazy Bitcoin pump again, and maybe altcoins have some blood ahead of it before that really big move where they're all breaking to new all-time highs. Quick story that I do want to share for you guys, and I don't really think that's going to happen. I think, you know, eventually soon, probably Bitcoin dominance is going to top out and altcoins are going to rally. Just interesting story that's not exactly has anything to do with, you know, Bitcoin, but it kind of does. Elon Musk is very much associated with cryptocurrency these days. This very popular crypto account on X is actually putting out this tweet about it. I just thought it was interesting. You guys should be aware of it. Elon Musk is actually going to launch its own email service, Xmail. Going to be very interesting. Very, very, very interesting to see how that goes. But the big story for the day is certainly that Bitcoin rises to new records above 106,000. Got all the way to 107K today so far, ahead of this Fed decision coming up. So what is the Fed decision? Well, the Fed decision is this. In December, right now, we've got a 99.1% chance that there is going to be a rate cut of 0.25%, which is very bullish for risk on assets, which is probably one of the big reasons besides all these other catalysts in the crypto market. But it is definitely a catalyst right now that is driving Bitcoin higher. Now we're at 107,500. We might even see 110K today. You never know. Might even see 110K today. You never know. But we are seeing Bitcoin rally into this Fed meeting, because the lower the interest rates get lowered, the better that risk on assets historically perform. So this is pretty cool. We like to see this, but here's kind of the warning that I have out there is now all of a sudden there's language being put out there and fears that maybe into 2025, we are going to have to slow the rate cuts, right? And so people want more rate cuts. And if we all of a sudden have rate pauses, maybe that could be tough for the markets. Maybe. I don't think it will be tough for Bitcoin personally. A rate pause is fine. What would really hurt us is a rate hike. There's a 0.8% chance of that, very low likelihood. And there's still almost a 15% chance that they're going to even lower the rates again. If I had to guess, I think that this is going to shift. You would suggest, you look at economic data and you look at inflation data, and that's why right now there's an 84% chance that in January, we're not going to get another rate cut. But if you really start to consider the pressure that the new administration is going to be giving to the Fed, and if you haven't already seen this, in my last FOMC meeting live stream, what we saw was the Fed basically show his disdain for the new administration. He seems to hate Mr. T. I don't understand why, but perhaps I do. I don't know. I would say that even though you're seeing an 84% chance that there's going to be a rate pause in January, do not underestimate the will of the new administration to apply pressure and try to either force the Fed out or force them to do a rate cut. Now, maybe that's not a good move for the broader economy. Maybe the smart thing to do is a rate pause, which is why I'm not too worried about it. If we do rate pause, whatever. We've had some nice rate cuts. Maybe the pause is just to kind of see how the data is trickling in, see how the new administration is handling things, put a pause on it to see how the new policies affect the market before making any decisions. Maybe the Fed is saying, okay, I got to see how this new administration handles things and what the policies are going to do to affect inflation before we do any more rate cuts, because we don't want to do a rate cut premature to the new policies that come in. Like maybe the Fed is scared of the new policies, right? And that's why there's right now an 84% chance. So these are things to consider, guys. These are things you got to keep in mind. It is relevant to crypto. Rate cuts are important for risk on assets. Rate hikes could hurt us. When you go into March, what do we got right now? We are actually still right there, kind of sitting at, actually we're looking at by March, at least one more rate cut. So it's not like they're planning on stopping rates altogether. There is a 39% chance, though, however, that this 425 to 450 that we get down to in December is where we stay through March. If you go out to May, they're really getting into the odds that eventually in 2025, there's going to be more cuts. I think that this is just due to fear over the new administration, potentially from the Fed. Want to see how the policies kind of play against inflation and the economy. And then they're going to kind of, as he always says, we're going to look at the totality of the data and determine yada, 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 yada. Okay, so we're going to live stream this event. It comes in 2 days, 16 minutes and 18 seconds. We will be live for that. I'm excited. You should be excited. There's going to be some crazy volatility on that day. On days like that, it can be a good day to trade. Right now, there's a frenzy of trading going on. There's no doubt about it. If you guys want to make some trades for yourself, you're finding some key levels with your own TA right now. You could trade Bitcoin. You could trade your favorite altcoins right now. Maybe you think your favorite altcoin's about to bottom. You want to trade it. You may trade it long. You want to trade it short. You can sign up for Blowfin up to $5,000 of deposit bonuses when you do sign up using our link. And it's got some of the lowest fees in the exchange world. And you can get grandfathered into a 10% discount on your fees right now if you do sign up. So check it out if you're interested. Please be careful with trading. But guys, there's a lot of trading. There's a lot of money to be made in trading if you're good at it. And if you're not, you could lose money. So please be careful, my friends. But here's the deal. I had my brother-in-law's brother reach out to me today. Shout out to you, my friend. If you're watching, all love in the world to you. But I do have to share a little story. Because every single time that I get a message from a new friend or a friend that I haven't heard from in a while or an acquaintance, or an extended family member, and they're asking me a question about, I want to buy this, how do I do it? Or should I buy this right now? Or I really want to buy this right now. Or he asked me, what's the best platform to go buy, Bitcoin on? And there's a variety of different answers for that. If you just want to DCA into Bitcoin, arguably, there's better places than other, places to do it. If you really want to, like a platform like Blowfin would be, super good to do it. But the tough part is like an on-ramp, right? How are you going to get the money to Blowfin? You'd have to buy like USDC from something or USDT and then like transfer it in. And so my onboarding platforms have historically been like from my bank account into crypto, crypto.com, Coinbase, and Robinhood. And depending on what you're trying to do, I think there's better ways to go about, getting in. And so anyway, I gave him some gentle, non-financial advice on that of kind of where to go to get started for what he was trying to achieve. And for each person and for each, portfolio, it's going to be a different answer to be honest. The warning I have is, I still think it's a great time to buy Bitcoin, right? I mean, look, you have Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy buying an additional 15,350 Bitcoin, 1.5 billion more of Bitcoin. He's the largest publicly traded company in the world in terms of Bitcoin holders. They are the largest holder of Bitcoin from a publicly traded company's perspective. I think there's a ton of upside. But when I see folks like, my brother-in-law's brother messaging me, you can't help but wonder if, we're going to get a pullback again, right? Because last time I had two people message me about, wanting to get into crypto, it was right when we crossed $100,000. And then 1 or 2 days later, we dipped all the way to like 91K from like 103 or whatever. So, maybe we're going to have a dip. And if that's the case, for altcoin season, that could be good, right? We're going to get a rally out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin could come down. And then altcoins could recover in a very strong way as Bitcoin trickles back up again. Like that's the way that Bitcoin dominance could potentially, there's a lot of different ways that Bitcoin dominance could come back down. But zooming out, I don't mind anybody getting into Bitcoin at any time, even frankly at the peak of a bull market. If you're going to start DCAing on a very consistent basis with a small amount of money in increments for a multi-year period, right? Michael Saylor is a good example of that. He doesn't care what the price of Bitcoin is because he's got a 10, 20, 30-year outlook on it. And if that's the case for you or my brother-in-law's brother in this example, I don't mind him getting some Bitcoin. Now, I hope he's not taking his life savings and putting it in Bitcoin at these prices because that's what we like to call panic buying. And if there's a big dip, that's how you end up panic selling. And we don't want to see that. But I do believe that it's very nice to see, Bitcoin continuing to steady climb up over the next, decade. I think that DCAing into this with couple $100 at a time, doing this and getting in there and putting in like, $200 a month, $200 a week, whatever you can afford for an extended period of time, no matter what the price of Bitcoin is, like that, I can honestly get behind. Here's something I want you to remember. Here's a list of the top public companies with Bitcoin holdings. MicroStrategy is at the top of the list. Marathon Digital is a crypto mining company. Galaxy Digital Holdings is like a hedge fund, basically, for crypto, essentially. They trade a bunch of stuff, but they love crypto. Tesla, Tesla. Coinbase is an exchange. Hut 8 mining, Corp mining. Riot Platforms mining. Block Inc., I think it's mining. CleanSpark is mining. Hive Digital, I think, is mining. Sever Mining, certainly mining. I don't know what Exodus is. Next, I don't know. I think Scientific could be mining as well. Metaplanet, I don't think is mining. What's my point? My point is these are the top public companies in the world that are holding top Bitcoin holders that are public companies. Okay. What don't you see in this list? You don't see anything from the top 10 in the S&P 500, maybe with the exception of Tesla. I don't know where it is, but Tesla is the only major standard stock or whatever that's in here. Like, you're not seeing Apple, Amazon, you're not seeing Microsoft, you're not seeing, whatever, Netflix or Target or whatever stocks, like regular stocks. You're not seeing companies like Apple or Amazon on this list. Why? Because they really haven't taken a huge approach to this Bitcoin thing yet. Do you really think that MicroStrategy is going to always be the number one Bitcoin holder? They might, because they're so early. But with a company like Apple or Microsoft or Amazon or whatever, they could, if they wanted to, start chipping away at some of the Bitcoin supply. MicroStrategy owns 1.2% of the entire supply of Bitcoin. Apple could do it if they wanted to. Amazon could do it if they wanted to. If 100 companies owned 100%, 1% of the supply, boom, there's no more Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, the price is going to get really high if that actually happens. But I think one day you're going to be lucky if you have 0.001 Bitcoin. I think you're going to be lucky if you have a 0.01 Bitcoin, and you're going to be insanely lucky if you have a Bitcoin one day. So to the people that are just starting to get into Bitcoin, I say, better late than never. But also, if you're getting into Bitcoin these days, you should be careful, because some people are calling for 120K top. Some people are calling for 150K top. Some people are calling for 160, 180K top. I happen to believe, and I put out a poll in the chat, that we could see Bitcoin get all the way to $200,000 in 2025. I believe that. I think that's possible. I'm curious if you agree. 70% of the chat says yes, I think that's possible. 30% of the chat says no. I'm still waiting to kind of hear some of the reasons in the comment section. I will do a full look-see at the comment section here towards the end of the stream. We'll do a whole Q&A. I'm kind of getting further into this thing, but my point is right now MicroStrategy's top dog in terms of public companies holding a massive amount of Bitcoin. And one day I think we're going to see some of the, like almost all the companies in the S&P 500 holding some Bitcoin, if not massive amounts of Bitcoin one day. So that's why, Michael Saylor keeps dollar cost averaging in with billions of dollars, because he believes we're going to go a lot higher. Liquidations are cooling off. There still will be plenty of days with liquidations for crypto. So be careful, be ready for that. Okay. Be careful and be ready for that. We're doing good though. If you want to see where we're at right now on track for Bitcoin, what we've got going on right now is the month of December is up 9%. We have, we're like almost 50-50 for red or green Decembers. October and November, historically some of the most bullish seasons. This Fed rate cut's very good. That's what's pumping us up now. If some language comes out at this Fed meeting, maybe that gives us a dump. Maybe we have a January dump. We've had that actually a lot. Even in bull markets, we've had a January dump. But then, February is historically pretty darn good. In a bull market, I would expect March to be pretty darn good as well. We've had red Marches. A lot of people say sell in May and walk away, but that's not always the case. Look at 2019. We went up 52% in May. So sell in May, walk away could leave you banging your head against a wall. I think that if you zoom out and you just look at the big picture here and you remind yourself what we've seen historically are some pretty simple things. From the bottom to the top of bull markets last about 1,000 days. That's your 2018 low to your 2021 high. If you look from the bottom of the 2015 bull market or bear market to the peak of the 2017 bull market, you got about 1,000-day rally. Right now, from the bottom to where we're at today, again, still don't have these giant publicly traded companies like Amazon and Apple buying Bitcoin. This is my reason why Bitcoin still can go a lot higher. You still don't have these major players in. You have BlackRock doing an ETF, but you don't have Apple with Bitcoin on the balance sheet yet, publicly at least. I think we could go out to August or September of 2025, guys. 1,000-day bull market. If that's the case, we've still got some time left. We are not outpacing the percentage gains of previous bull markets. We're right on track. We are right on track. And what we've got is Bitcoin dominance rallying right now. And like for an example, just using Dogecoin as a good example of indications for like altcoin season and where we're at. You look at this altcoin season thing right now and you see, okay, we're coming down. Why is altcoin season coming down? Because Bitcoin dominance is rallying. And what we've seen, like for Dogecoin, it breaks out versus its Bitcoin valuation. But then it stalls out and it retests back on the point of breakout and then continues. And then we hit a bull market peak. And so, this is and this is something that I go over in my video later today. You should check it out. That's something I expect for Doge. And it's not just Doge, right? I mean, there's so many different plays out there right now. Like Shiba's undervalued right now. I think Shiba's going to take a new high. I think Cardano is going to take a new high in this bull market. I think Crocoin is going to take a new high. I don't see how some people are like, we're lucky if we get to $1 for Crocoin. I think those people are naive. I think those people are new to crypto. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't get back up there. Maybe we don't, right? Maybe Solana doesn't take a new high. But guys, there's talks over a Kronos ETF in 2025. There's talks over Solana ETF in 2025. Look what happened to the Bitcoin ETFs. Remember, Apple, Amazon, these do not have supplies of Bitcoin like MicroStrategy does yet, but one day they probably will. They probably will. There are so many reasons to be bullish right now. We have a president coming in for the strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Now you got Japan and Russia talking about strategic Bitcoin reserves. We will run out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will go higher. If Bitcoin goes higher, people will degen into altcoins. People will invest in altcoins that they believe in, that they like the technology behind. And we could go to the moon. I'm ready for it. I believe in the 200K Bitcoin because I've got evidence to back it up. Evidence to suggest the future, like we've done. I mean, there are some people that didn't believe we were going to hit 100K Bitcoin. Those people are wrong. There are some people that thought Bitcoin would never recover from 15K. Those people were wrong. Peter Schiff. We've had it time and time again through history. Do not let the fudsters FUD you out of your true beliefs and your positions. If you have a belief and you're not investing more than you're willing to lose and you've got a position, don't let somebody with a half-knocked opinion like we've had in the chat today, FUD you out of your bag. Okay? Don't panic buy. Don't panic sell. Stick to your convictions. Do your own research. And don't invest more than you're willing to lose. There's a crypto market coming that is about to melt your beautiful altcoin bags. It's about, in a good way, to the moon. We haven't even seen that moment yet. We've seen some coins rally like HBAR and Cardano. We've seen XRP pump, but we still have yet to see the true altcoin season. For an extended period of time, for months on end. It's going to happen at some point. If history is even close to repeating itself, we're going to have a month or two of just crazy altcoin action. Scossum asking about a Mary marketplace listing. I don't know what the marketplace thing is about, but there's still community fund for Mary. I believe that listings are coming. Some people are saying opposite of that. There's always going to be believers and non-believers for anything. Do your own research. Got to make your own decisions there. Can't give financial advice. I'm looking at the chat here. Before I look at the chat a little bit more here, let's do this. SWI's been doing very well. It is now number 9 in TVL, climbing in value. There are some protocols that people are getting kind of excited about over here. They got a lot of protocols right now. There's a lot being built on here. And then there's a lot of memes that are going crazy on SWI. I know, like, some people are talking about, this being like the big dog coin on. So I don't know. This is a $28 million market cap coin. Some people are excited about this. Some people have been excited about Sweezy or whatever. Well, it pumped. It's coming back down. You got to be careful, guys. If you're buying into the hype, you could really get hurt. Okay. Some other ones that are what we're also pumping recently. What else? What else was pumping here on? I know there was like one that started with an L that I can't find. Oh, geez, that one's a really low market cap. Yeah, there's a bunch. I know people were talking about like SweeJack recently. This one pumped. It's taking a dump. You got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful. You're better off buying on the red candles than you are on the green ones. Always. This is how this thing goes, guys. This is how this goes. You have to be careful. There's a bunch of good SWI wallets. I think I've just got the SWI wallet, I think. So just be careful with some of these, and be careful with your Kronos memes too, guys. Mary coin, yeah, I know it's down. It's down. It looked like it was going to break out to new highs. It hasn't. We'll see, guys. There's still a community fund ready for an exchange listing, but nothing's really doing well in Kronos right now. Memes aren't really doing well in general. Dogecoin's at the same price it was at 6 weeks ago. So if you're scared on your meme position or you're waiting on an exchange listing for something, first of all, no, there's no guarantees in crypto. There's no guarantees that a meme listing is actually going to happen. Okay. All you can do is put together some evidence that might suggest that it is or is not going to happen. If you believe in something and you want to invest, don't invest more than you're willing to lose and you want to take a chance, you can do it. But you better be ready for a wild ride because that's what meme coins can do for you. Okay. They can make you a lot of money. They can lose you a lot of money. And you got to be careful. I still personally believe that Mary has a bright future. Could I be wrong? I could be wrong. I'm holding my bag with conviction. That is not saying you should buy this coin or whatever. Do your own research. Pick your own coins. I'm bullish on Mary. I'm bullish on Ka. I'm less bullish on, I don't know, some of the not community coins like Balls and Barra. Not to say they're bad. Again, not financial advice. I think there's an argument to be made for I barely want to talk about it, but Push, it's just got a good platform. But nothing's really doing that great right now in the Kronos ecosystem. So, if you're freaking out about one thing, realize that the entire ecosystem is flat to calm right now. And yeah, there's been a pump on SWI lately. You remember when there was a base chain pump? Well, that cooled off too. Things come in waves and then they go away and then they come back. I see a bright future ahead for the Kronos chain personally, but we're just going to have to wait to see if it plays out. It ain't really going to happen, in my opinion, until the true altcoin season comes. We have not seen the true altcoin season yet. I haven't given up on Crow with Knife. I don't hold any Crow with Knife right now, but I believe in my heart that Crow with Knife still has some legs up at some point. I think Mary does at some point too. It's not time for it yet. That could change in a minute. That could change in an hour. That could change in a month. That could change in 3 months. I don't know. But I do think there are going to be some catalysts coming, and I think that one of them could be a Mary exchange listing, bringing some juice, excitement, liquidity into the Kronos ecosystem. But the broader thing besides the Mary narrative is just this. It's just very specifically this. Altcoin season. Altcoin season. Croman, yes, the fund is there. It has not been moved. It is sitting there. You can look at it. It's on the blockchain. You can peek at it. It hasn't moved. Allegedly, it's moving soon. Who knows? Who knows? Travis is sitting on some Crow with Knife, waiting for some profit, waiting for a nice ecosystem pump. I think we're going to get an ecosystem pump. I think that SWI and Base and Kronos are going to get some nice ecosystem pumps and an avalanche. And I think we're going to have a all-out, beautiful altcoin bull market season. It's happening at some point in 2025, in my opinion. It's not financial advice, but I think it's coming. And the patient ones, I think they'll get rewarded. I think that they'll get rewarded. Coin Baron is asking me what I think about Crow leadership. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. But that doesn't mean that I don't like the coin or the meme. I love the meme. I love the coin. And I also love what it did for Kronos. I do not like leadership. But whatever. I mean, they don't like me. That's okay. I don't care. I like the coin. I like the meme. So what? So we'll see. We'll see. But I just don't like really that the way that, that individual departed and came back right when things got exciting again. I think that's I don't know. I didn't like it. Wishing the best. Hope that is a tremendous leader. Regardless of him, I don't think it's the leadership. The leadership does matter to a capacity, but the meme needs to be strong. That's still one of the strongest memes on Kronos. No doubt. No doubt. So as long as he doesn't royally botch anything, which I'm hoping it doesn't, I don't think he will. I think it's still got a nice future. Granted, leadership can do things to mess up a project. That happens for any coin, right? In any community. It could happen with Mary, it could happen with Ka, it could happen with any coin. So these are the risks. This is why don't invest more than you're willing to lose with anything. especially memes. And that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it. That's just my real honest opinion. I'm going to be real with you. Again, I support the community. I support the meme. Don't like the leader. Don't like him at all. Oops. Mario's bullish. Johnny's bullish. Jason's bullish. Sweet wallet though. I think it's called Sweet Wallet. I think I like it a lot. So I'm waiting on altcoin season. Stacks is something people should look at for sure. Yeah, Stacks I think is going to have a beautiful, big, grand, great, beautiful, tremendous, magnificent explosion. Bing, bop, boop, you know. Let's take a peek at CRO right now because we do talk about CRO a lot. Yeah, I like that one. I think there's some others that I've seen some people talk about, but I like that one a lot. It's been pretty easy to use. I've dabbled with it. Yeah, so right now, let me call out. Oh gosh, the day of call outs. So, regarding Kronos, hey Sean, if you're watching, the guy in the robe, have you guys seen the guy in the robe? He put out a post recently that said like, "Sell your CRO now, sell all your CRO now. Everybody do it. Sell all your CRO now." This guy came out and said that, and I chuckled at it. I thought it was funny. And, I get what he's saying, okay? I get what he's saying. He did a video where he didn't pull up any charts or anything. That's fine. And what you see with, CRO is it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, and it has a big blow off top, and then it comes down, and we have a bear market. So it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, it comes down, and he thinks we're going to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. That's possible, guys. Remember, I think Cardano could come back down. I think that these things are possible. What I don't like about the take that I saw about this particular individual on CRO is that he goes out, puts out a post on X and says, "Sell your CRO now." First of all, that's financial advice. I'm not going to give you financial advice. I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to tell you do your own research, and I'm going to tell you some price targets that I think and why I think, and I'm going to say, but I don't know. I could be wrong. You figure it out on your own. That's what we do here. That's all we've ever done. That's what we're going to continue to do. But when you have somebody that comes out and says definitively, like, sell your positions now, that's a dangerous thing to do, okay? Now, maybe it's a genius move. Maybe it's coming down to 12 cents again, and 12 cents would be a target for me, okay? I could see us coming down to 12 cents again, and then that's the moment where, somebody would go, "Oh, I told you so," and then I was right, and all these fun things. Maybe Coin does come back down. Maybe altcoin season's delayed. Maybe Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to climb. Maybe Dogecoin is going to continue to stall out. Maybe Kronos coin and Solana are going to continue to stall out for a little bit more before we get that move to the upside, and that's going to translate into potentially some dollar value decreases for Coin. I don't know. But what I'll tell you is when I invest personally, I do swing trade sometimes. But on some of the major coins like, Solana or, whatever, Doge or CRO or, if I sorry, I think I lost audio there. But when I say, I got a target on a coin, I think it's going to $1 or $2 to $5, or I think Solana is going to 500. I think Solana can go to $1,000. I'm going to be taking profit on the way up, but the language that I saw in that post from that guy in the robe, and I hope he sees this and all this, and this is a good example because I'm sure some of you guys saw this. If you in the Kronos Pro fam, right? You probably saw it. Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe I should sell all my CRO. Maybe it'd be a genius move. Maybe you can double your bag if it comes down to 12 cents. But what if Bitcoin dominance collapses and this thing just goes to 27 cents like that and it doesn't come back? What if it goes to 37 cents and dips back down to 27 cents and you're waiting for it to come back down to 12 cents, but it never gets there? When I see people saying, sell it all now, I can't get behind that, okay? I can definitely get behind taking profit. But like selling 75% of your stack or 90% of your stack before altcoin season even hits is really risky, I think. If you think that altcoin season is imminent, like I do, and maybe this individual doesn't think that, then how could you sell 75 or 90% or whatever I don't know what he was alluding to. It sounded like a lot. He was just like, sell it all, it seemed like. How could you tell somebody to sell all of their altcoin they've been sitting on before altcoin season even happens? As we're starting to gain momentum. Now, again, there's a world where we could see this. Look, this, I'll be honest, this move looks a heck of a lot like this move right here. It does. So there's a world where we come back down and dance around this 12-cent level again. It'd be disgusting. There's a world where we come lower. I don't think we're going to come lower. We could. With all the news we've seen about Kronos, with the things that they've got cooking right now in terms of exchange launches and Kronos ETFs, I think it'd be silly to surrender majority of your bag. Personally, maybe it's a genius move if you want to take the risk. I say DCA and HODL. Some people like to swing trade. I like to swing trade too. That one I have a tough time with. Even though I think it's very possible we could see 12 cents again for CRO. It's also very possible we go to 27 cents out of nowhere. So you never know. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Looking at the chat here. Donut says sold at $1,200. You never know. I don't know. I mean, I think 500 is going to be easy. I think that we could see 1,000, 1,200 would be great. I don't know. How big is this bull market going to be? Are we going to get a Solana ETF in 2025? We'll see. Blake says, is it a good price to buy CRO right now? Well, I'll tell you, it's a better price than it was when it was at 23 cents. That's for sure. There's a strategy we always talk about on this channel that is DCA and HODL. Could we come down to 12 cents? We could. But if you're waiting for 12 cents and you don't have any CRO, or you want to buy CRO and you're going to wait till 12 cents, well, what if 12 cents doesn't happen? That's why, like, X amount of dollars per week, if you want to continue to accumulate, looking for higher prices like $1 or 50 cents or $2 or $5, whatever you think it's going to do, as long as you're not buying on the green candles and you're not going all in, big stacks, shoved to the center of the table, keeping some powder for yourself. You know, I like DCAing, and I think this is a decent price to DCA in potentially, if you agree. I mean, that's not financial advice. You gotta decide that for yourself. But I like red candles over green candles, that's for sure. And I'll tell you, I do think 12 cents could happen. Would I be sitting here waiting around for? If I needed to accumulate more CRO coin, which at this point I don't need to accumulate more CRO coins. I've got a healthy position in the Kronos ecosystem. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm looking at other ecosystems at this point because I've already got a healthy position in the Kronos ecosystem. But if I was trying to accumulate more within the Kronos ecosystem and I was doing it in the way of CRO, you know, I'd be like, okay, maybe it comes to 12 cents. So maybe if I've got, you know, some money, I shuffle 200 this week, 200 next week, 200 week after that, 200, you know, whatever. Or a month, maybe 1,000 this month, 1,000 next month, or 100 this month, 100 next month, whatever you do. And then you're just averaging out your prices. And then in a few months or whatever it is, you know, we're above $1. Well, great. Then you got a nice 5x. 10x, 20x, whatever you're going to get. Yeah, we're waiting on altcoin season, guys. Bitcoin dominance is creeping up. So if you're wondering why your altcoins, whether it's CRO or whatever, are stalling out, it's because these green candles are happening. Bitcoin's going up. Oh, Bitcoin's back down to 106, coming down a little bit right now, but Bitcoin dominance is strong, my friends. You got it, Blake. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. Keep those questions coming on in, guys. How's it going, 2J? 2J3 in the chat. Coin Baron, we got to get on a we got to get in another Crowcast soon. Maybe I'm missing the chat, but I think we got another Crowcast we got to do soon. I'm looking through our chat right now. Clear's Beef says BTC to 1 million. Yeah, I agree. One day. Legacy says, I don't see Germany. Matt says Germany isn't a company, bud. Legacy says, I know, but my point is they sold. I just love the chat. I just love the chat. I'm looking through the chat. So if you have any other questions, now's your chance. Billy Sealy 4 says, when will altcoins pop? Soon. I don't know when, but soon. Maybe after the rate cuts. Email on X. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Coin Baron says Bitcoin to 200K would be around a 3x from the previous high. If you believe diminishing return theory for Bitcoin, it would be in the upper ranges. Not impossible, though. I do agree that the diminishing return theory is real, but I also do tend to believe that if the demand equation changes, then the diminishing return theory could change too. Like, when the conversation starts about, the U.S. accumulating Bitcoin like gold, and then Russia and Japan, and then you think that like MicroStrategy is the largest publicly traded company in terms of Bitcoin holders. I don't think that remains that way forever. And like, what if that all happens? Like, if there's a time where that's going to happen faster than ever before, it's right now. It would be right now. Maybe it just sets us up for a great decade, and maybe our 4-year cycles just change, or maybe it's the same old, and you're gonna have a beautiful dollar cost averaging opportunity again in the bear market, and we'll have these dips, and we'll just do the same thing over and over again, maybe. But I also believe in a time where, like, all of a sudden, like, I'm trying to think of like a good analogy for this, like. Have you ever seen the Christmas movie Turbo Man? If you've seen that movie, let me know. Turbo Man with Arnold. Yes, I need a Turbo Man doll for my boy. That was my best Arnold. Everybody wants a Turbo Man doll. It's a popular toy for Christmas. Every parent wants to get it. Well, eventually, you can't get it. Eventually you run out, and then eventually they're on back order, and eventually you can't get it. There's so much demand, the supply can't keep up. Then the price of the Turbo Man dolls go up. Then people have knock-up Turbo Man dolls, and then you get scammed on knockoff Turbo Man dolls. How about that? Daryl Young, you got to watch it. It's Christmas time. With Arnold, yes! Get to the chopper. Exactly. Jingle all the way. See, you are the real deal. Jingle all the way. It's called Jingle all the way. It's a silly example, but my point is eventually if everybody wants a Turbo Man doll, not everybody's going to be able to get one. That's why everybody says one day, you're going to be lucky if you have a 0.01 Bitcoin, because one day you will be. Michael Saylor's certainly not a dumb guy. Certainly not a dumb guy. He's been very smart. He's made a lot of money. He's calling for an 800K Bitcoin next year. I think Bitcoin's better than gold. I'm not saying it's going to 800K next year, but I'm not going to come out here and say it's impossible. And I'm also going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see a 200K Bitcoin, because if you have, and they're talking about doing it, Amazon buying Bitcoin, and you have the countries FOMOing. If the United States government officially puts out a policy and they say, as of January 20th, we're going to do a national strategic reserve of the Bitcoin. We're going to buy it all. We're going to buy it all. It's going to be huge. We're going to buy, let me tell you, we're going to buy all the Bitcoins, trillions Bitcoins. You think China's just going to wait for 10 years to do it? You think Germany is going to second guess themselves? They're going to second guess themselves. You think Japan, who's talking about a strategic Bitcoin reserve, is going to act on it? I think they will. United States is still looked at as a world leader for pop culture. Donald Trump is the Time Magazine Person of the Year. Person of the Year, let me tell you. If he announces a strategic Bitcoin reserve for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to be tremendous. I believe in 200K. I think it's possible. Reasonable targets are 150, 160, but the fact that we're already at 107 is crazy. The fact that we're already at 107 says, I think we could go a lot higher. It also says that maybe we're due for a pullback, and then we go up to the targets that everybody says, which is like 140, 120, 160. Maybe we have a big pullback. And then on the return rally back up, maybe we have that mega altcoin season on the second move for Bitcoin to the upside, where Bitcoin dominance is slipping, but Bitcoin price is going up and altcoins are surging. I should get a comb over. I should dye the hair blonde and do the comb over. No. Real Deal says the masses feel priced out now because they can't own a full coin. It's the truth. Daryl Young says, where do you think we're going to get a pullback? You think we stay above 100K from now on? Look, I think there's a very real world where we get a massive pullback. There's a chance where we get a 30% correction for Bitcoin. It'd be horrible. It'd be terrible. Everybody would hate it. I would remain the same. I don't, I'm not going to come out here and say you should expect a 30% pullback for Bitcoin. You should expect Bitcoin to crash all the way back down to 73K. That's not what I'm saying. But isn't that funny that right now we just broke to a new high and I'm talking about a potential pullback, and the number is 30%. A lot of people think that there's going to be a 30% pullback. 30% pullback from the current price level is exactly to our March highs, which would be, if we were to have a terrible pullback, my bodied candle close target would be somewhere around the 73K level. But I don't necessarily think that that's 100% going to happen. I don't really think it's, it could. It could. I'm not telling people, I think Bitcoin's pulling back to 73K. I'm not telling people that. I think it could. So we'll see. That's your world where Crocoin comes back down to 12 cents. That's your world where your Cardano comes back down to 76 or lower, God forbid. That's kind of my worst case scenario. Oh my gosh, Matt. Chat. Oh. All right, guys. That's it. Jingle all the way. Double man. Don't miss out on the Turbo Man doll. All right? They're going to sell out. Better late than never. All right? I'm talking about Bitcoin, not the actual doll here. But be careful, guys. We could have a big pullback. If we do have a big pullback, great. Amazing opportunity. Get to the chopper. Exactly. My voice is hurting from all the impersonations from Trump and Arnold. They take a big toll on the voice. That's all I got, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Do me a favor, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. My heart goes out to each and every single one of you guys. I love you all. I appreciate everybody who watches these streams and joins us on the weekdays. 4 for these streams. We do Monday through Friday. Thanks for all you guys watching on X. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to do some trading for yourself, sign up for Blowfin. $5,000 deposit bonus when you do sign up if you want to check it out. I love you guys. This channel is a lot of fun. I hope you guys are learning. I hope you guys are making money. I think altcoin season's still ahead. Khalid from Holland. See you guys. See you, Coin Baron. Good questions. Thanks, brother. Subscribe to Coin Baron's YouTube channel, by the way. Bye. Bye, everyone. Oh, look at the balloons. Bye.